Hey guys, we're in day 300. I can't believe we're hitting another 100. But we are in Lamentations, chapters 1 through 5 and Psalm 87, and a great book, certainly a very well-known middle section, although you may not be as familiar with the beginning and end. Lamentations means weeping. It is a lament. It's written by Jeremiah, the weeping prophet, true to his name, right? And it is a reminder that in the darkest moments of our lives, we still have reason to hope in God's mercies and to rest in his faithfulness. And isn't that the truth? If anybody knows it, it's Jeremiah, who spent such a big portion of his life writing about the difficulties ahead. In fact, Lamentations is a mourning that he does over the city of Jerusalem that's gone down. And so it really does read like a lament. The first two chapters, I mean, you just read it, and it tells the story of how the Jerusalem has come down and how God has destroyed it. And he's heartbroken over it. And so we get to chapter 3, and really no reason to drag it out, really, because chapter 3 is the peak, I think, in my mind, and so many of you guys who love this book. And Jeremiah takes some things personally, and he feels the weight of all of the problems that are around him. And so he writes these just absolutely penetrating words. He has made my flesh and my skin waste away. He has broken my bones. He has walled me about so that I cannot escape. You know, that was literal for Jeremiah, so much of his life. He says, though I call and cry for help, he shuts out my prayer. And who hasn't felt that in their Christian life, where you're looking for the Lord and he just doesn't seem to be there? He goes on, he says, he's a bear lying in wait for me, a lion in hiding. He's made me desolate. Just picking through here. Chapter 3, verse 14, I've become the laughing stock of all peoples, the object of their taunts all the day. And then he gets to, my soul is bereft of peace in verse 17. We're about to hit the switch, the big turnaround. He says, I have forgotten what happiness is. So I say, my endurance has perished, so has my hope from the Lord. Maybe you connect with these words today, and then you should also connect with these. He says, but this, in verse 21, I call to mind, therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul, therefore I will hope in him. And man, a section of scripture worth reading and meditating over if you're feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Though the Lord will not cast off, for the Lord will not cast off forever, but though he cause grief, he will have compassion according to the abundance of his steadfast love. And indeed he does in the person of Christ, in the fulfillment of his prophecies, in his goodness and mercy on us. And so Jeremiah finds his hope and his peace, and I hope that you do too today. He recognizes that the Lord uses those difficulties to test us, let us examine our ways. And then, though you might be sad and your eyes flowing with tears, yet you can call on the name of the Lord knowing that he hears. He takes up our cause. He is good. And eventually he restores us to himself. Chapter 5 is a chapter of restoration. So an amazing book, full of hope in a time that was quite dark for the people of Israel. So I hope you find your hope in the Lord today as you meditate on those words of Jeremiah's. Love you guys.